Hi everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the US, which is 11 a.m. if you're in Australia or 1 a.m. if you're in the UK. Do remember, for the next 2 weeks only, you can catch the premiere event streams on a Friday and Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific time in the US, which is 8 a.m. in Australia or 10 p.m. if you're in the UK. But the premiere event streams are going away because Twitch are discontinuing them. Don't know why. So after November 12, I won't be running premiere streams anymore. No one will be on Twitch. Twitch are doing away with them. They're also doing away with events. So you know how on Twitch pages you can click the events tab at the top of the page to find out if a streamer's got events coming up? I used to use that as well to let you guys know exactly when I'm streaming, even though my schedule never changes. But that's going away as well. But you can always find my schedule on the Phil Does 3D Discord server because I post my schedule there. It's every Monday and Tuesday unless I'm sick or sent away for work at 5 p.m. Pacific time, without fail generally. But if you do want to double check the stream schedule on the Phil Does 3D Discord. What else did I want to say? That's right, join the Discord server if you haven't already. You can get an invite link by clicking the blue graphic below my stream in my panels. I hope all you guys and girls are well. Mr. Squarepeg, I am live now. It's good to see you guys. Smurfberry, it's good to see you too. Sniper Girl, hi to you as well. Sniper Girl says her interview is on Friday. Oh, we're going to keep our fingers crossed, but it sounds really promising from what you posted of the email that they sent you on the Discord. So you got this, you got this. You got this, girl. Smurfberry says, are you going to be able to do regular old replays on Friday and Saturday? I could. Like, they're not doing away with reruns. But the whole reason I liked premieres is because I could schedule them. I didn't actually have to log into my Twitch account and start them. With reruns or replays, you've actually got to log into your account and start the replay manually. You can't schedule it to happen automatically. And on the weekend, I don't really want to have to log into my account to start a rerun. So at this stage, I'm going to say, no, I won't be doing reruns. Yeah, but that I could, but I'd have to actually manually log into my account and start the rerun on each day I want to do a rerun. So that's why I like premieres so much. I could schedule it and Twitch would automatically start it at a certain time. I know I'm lazy, Smurfberry. I know, but you got to think. I'm in Australia, guys, and I schedule my stream for you US viewers because the USA is the center of the world. Which means if I wanted to start my stream at like 2 p.m. Pacific time in the United States, I'd have to get up at like 6 a.m. my time to start it up. And as much as I love you guys, I don't know if I really want to do that. So it's not a question of me being so much lazy. It's just that when I'm curled up in bed, I don't want to get up at 6 in the morning just to start a rerun. If I'm going to get up and do that, I might as well stream. Sniper Girl says, yep, don't forget that we are the center of the world. That's right. We all know that the US is the center of the world. The best country in the world. USA. Even with your current president. Ooh. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Smurfberry says, oh right, I forgot that Friday and Saturday premieres are earlier than the regular stream time on Monday and Tuesday. Yeah. That's the whole reason I really liked the premiere feature on Twitch. It was good exposure for the channel at times when I couldn't stream. And it allowed people that couldn't watch me when I'm live, like now, to watch the stream back if they wanted to. You've always been able to watch my streams under the videos tab on my Twitch page, and you'll continue to be able to do that. So even though I'm not going to be scheduling premieres anymore after the 12th of November, I'm still uploading archives of all of my streams so you can watch them back at any time. They'll never expire because I'm uploading them. Previous streams after 60 days get automatically deleted from Twitch. But because I actually upload my streams separately, they will stay there forever. And they're also on YouTube, but YouTube's a couple of months behind my live streams. So, and that was, a good way for me to actually have the stream go live at a time which is different from when I live stream. again, that exposure thing for people that maybe are in a different time zone, so it was a bit earlier for them. Wasn't like 1 a.m. if you're in Europe sort of thing. Smokeberry says, I was thinking they were still 5 PST. No, they're 2 PST. Sniper Girl says, or at least that's the propaganda that we keep on hearing about. What propaganda? Are you talking about the US being the center of the world? Yeah. I don't know. It's not looking good with, pulling out of Syria and everything else going on in the world. And the United States seems to be taking a back step to everything. Mr. Trump is right, though, I guess. You're not the world police. You shouldn't be expected to be the world's police. But, you should stand up for democracy. Let's just say that. And what's happening in Syria is not good. Anyway. Mr. Square Peg says, hey, I got a question for Christmas. I want to get one of two things. I normally get cash. Cash is always good. Should I get a pair of Valve index controllers or a 3D printer? Yeah, I'd probably agree with Smurfberry and say the printer. The controllers, the Valve controllers, while they're really interesting, I've heard different stories about them being difficult to use. I like my Xbox controller. I know some people like the PS controller, but I'm used to the Xbox controller, so I like the Xbox controller. I haven't tried the Steam one. It might be okay, but like I said, I have read people have said in forums and reviews that it can be difficult to learn to use. So I'd probably go with the printer, personally, because you can do all sorts of really cool stuff with a 3D printer. Particularly if you do 3D work yourself, you can print out your model and have it in the real world. That's really cool. Sniper Girl says, I'm okay with pulling out of the endless wars. I'm not okay with Trump giving the green light for a genocide. Yeah, well, that's more what I'm talking about. It's just, like I said, I understand that the US doesn't want to be the world's police. I get that. It's incredibly expensive to be policing the entire planet. So I do get that. But you've got to do it in a strategic manner if you're going to start pulling out of countries where you've been for, how long have you guys been over there? At least a decade, I think, in the Middle East. So that's all I'm talking about. Think about it a little bit more. Mr. Trump, I'm talking to. Mr. Square Peg says, got it? Yeah. So I think a 3D printer, Mr. Square Peg, would be much more useful. Smurfberry says a lot of the conventional logic is that one should have to justify a 3D printer in order to get one, like using it to print replacement for small or broken things. Well, it is really useful for that. The number of times, like my dishwasher, for example, the other day I broke the handle on the front of it, the handle at the front of the dishwasher to open the door. I snapped that off. I was a bit too rough. So being able to print out a new replacement for that would have been handy, because they don't sell replacement handles. You're going to buy a completely new door or replace the dishwasher completely. So things like that, it's really handy for stuff like that. Mr. Square Peg says to Sniper Girl, yeah, the same. Twitch is sending me spam. I'll check that later. Mrs. Square Peg said 2 decades at least. Well, there you go. Sniper Girl says also he didn't pull the troops out of Syria. He just moved troops from one part of Syria to another while sending thousands of troops into Saudi Arabia to protect oil fields. Wow. That says it all, doesn't it? It's not about human life, it's about the oil. Wasn't that what the rumour was when they went into Iraq as well? I know you guys went to Iraq because of what happened with 9/11. But the rumour was that it was for the oil as well. But we're not going there. We're not doing politics. We are not doing politics. It's not Phil Does Chat, it's Phil Does 3D. Well, not Phil Does Political Chat. No, share it away, Mr. Squarepeg. Hang on, let me catch up with the chat here. Smurfberry says, however, I think you don't have to break even on a 3D printer. People dump money into hobbies that don't ever have a return on investment, just enjoyment. That's exactly right. That's, you work long hours or you work your job, you get your paycheck, you spend it on things that make you happy. And it doesn't mean that you have to get a return on what you're spending your money on. It just means it makes you happy. And there's nothing wrong with that. So you spend your money on whatever you want and you don't need to get a return on whatever you're spending your money on. Unless you're in business, It helps if you're in business. But no, do share it, Mr. Square Peg, if you have the printer you're looking at. Cool. Well, I'll check that out in 2 secs, Mr. Square Peg. I see the link there. Sniper Girl says, oh no, let me put it this way. If people were born the day that we first sent troops to the Middle East, they would be old enough to vote. Wow, that's a long war. Smurfberry says, oh good, thank you, thank you, Smurfberry, for permitting Mr. Squarepeg to post a link. You are awesome, Smurf. Thank you. Because I would have forgotten, and he would have been timed out, and I would have felt really bad. I'll check out that link, Mr. Squarepeg, in 2 secs. I'll just catch up with the rest of the chat. One of the best printers on the market at the moment, Mr. Squarepeg says, hello to you, Edo. I hope you're well. I saw the image you posted on the gallery in the Discord. We will show off the work that you guys have done at the end of the stream, because Wax Kink has also posted some images of a pumpkin he's been working on. It looks really cool. Edo says, Barry, look at it, general chat. And Android Lust, it's good to see you too, Android Lust. Mr. Squarepeg says the frame comes fully assembled and just 4 screws to assemble it, and some plugs. Let's have a look at this printer that Mr. Squarepeg is talking about. Just let me copy the... Stop that. Let me copy the link here. And let me open up my web browser. Again, if you're new to my stream and you want to know more about me, you can go to phildoes3d.com, and there's links to my gallery and my social media and stuff there. But this is the printer that... Oops, no. That was when I didn't copy. That was when I posted my tweet to Twitter saying I was going live. Let's try that again. Okay. Oh, cool. I like the detail it can print out. Looks really, really cool. The fact that it comes pre-assembled is really helpful, because you don't want to have to work to put the thing together. It does. It looks really cool. Ultra quiet stepper motor. Good. Touch screen. Filament. Cool. Run out detection's really good, and power failure function is also really handy. Resolution is very good. Yeah, because that's one of the things you really want to pay attention to, is the resolution of the 3D printer. Because you don't want just a blocky mess. You don't want to print out blocky messes, and you can see the detail that is given in that printout of Gru, or Baby Gru, or whatever, Little Gru, Mini Gru. Smurfberry says to Edo, take a picture, put a picture in software, get a 3D model. If the bag isn't shiny, you can probably do it. Actually, I think Edo's talking about, he asked a question of Smurfberry regarding photogrammetry, wanting to know if he could do a bag. And as Smurf has just said, you can do a bag provided it's not a glossy bag. You're going to have problems with anything shiny. But apart from that, just do it normally. Take the pictures and get your 3D model that way. Edo says, my main squeeze, Sniper Girl, I'm chilling like a villain. Android Lust says, I got to reset, Twitch went grey. Oh no. Smurfberry says, you just need to try and capture pictures with a small aperture, no blur, decent image dimensions with a good overlap between the images from all angles, and don't use a photo zoom. Keep the camera on standard. No zoom lenses. If you want to get a close-up of the bag, or part of your triangulation shots, move closer into the bag. Don't use a zoom. That goes for anything regarding photogrammetry. My advice too would be to do it outdoors on a cloudy day. You can do it indoors with overhead lighting or with spotlights, but you risk getting hard shadows that way. So the best way to get in without having to do relighting and messing around with the textures is to actually do it outside on an overcast day. Take your photos that way. Unless you're really careful with your lighting setup inside. Edo says, Barry, what program do I use to take the photo? A camera, Smurpery says. Sniper Girl says to Ito, that's awesome, glad you're doing well. Mr. Squarepeg says agreed. Mr. Squarepeg says it's a really nice printer. It does look very nice. It does look like a very cool printer. Easy to mount the filament. Good detail. The fact, like you said, that it comes pre-assembled apart from 4 screws, and that's very cool. Yeah, and it's a nice compact design as well. I like the little touchscreen here too. Yeah, it looks cool. It's nice it has a memory card slot. Again, we can see the detail that you're getting from the printer, and that's really, really impressive actually. Very impressive. What's the price of it again? $460 or something, wasn't it? No, $445 Australian. I don't know what that works out to you guys in the US, but it automatically gives me Australian dollars because I'm coming from Australia. That's actually very cheap for a 3D printer. Yeah, that's really decent value. Looks cool. Ito says send tutorials. Smoker says we have an entire tutorials channel on Discord full of photogrammetry tutorials. That's right, Ito. Come on. You're posting in the Discord gallery. Go to the tutorials and tips sub channel on the Discord there under Phil Does 3D, and you can find a heap of tutorials on everything from photogrammetry to texturing to modeling to everything, just about. Whether it's ray tracing or game stuff, there's a huge amount of tutorials there. Mr. Squarepeg says, Baby Groot is awesome. He is awesome. Actually, are they still making Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Because I know that there was some problem. I don't know what the problem was now. I can't remember, but did it go over budget? Did the director leave? Something like that. I can't quite remember. But I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I think they're really good. Mr. Squarepeg says, I love that this printer has a USB port on it. Yeah, that's very, very cool too. Ito says, I don't feel like learning. You just got to watch a video, Ito, you know. You sit there, you can become a blob and just watch the video. And actually, I find learning through a video is the best way. Reading tutorials, I find tiring. The best way I like to learn is to actually watch a video tutorial. I find that's the easiest and best way to learn, for me anyway. Mr. Squarepeg says it also has an auto bed leveling port on it. Well, that's very cool as well. And like I said, I think it's really cheap for a 3D printer. $445 Australian, to me, is incredibly cheap for what you're getting. Ito says, I'm just going to model it. Well, just model it, you know. Because even if you do photogrammetry, Ito, you're going to have to do cleanup work on it anyway. Because it's going to be noisy and too high a poly and all that sort of stuff, so you might even have to retopologize it, so it might be easier for you to just to model it. Something like a bag shouldn't be too difficult to model. If it's really complex geometry, then photogrammetry is really cool. Textures, because photogrammetry gives you the textures automatically as well. Smurpery says 70 to 80% of your photogrammetry results are determined when you press the shutter button before you even take the image files out of the camera. That's right. That's why it's really important to get your shots right and to get the right amount of shots as well. Because it's all about the photos. That's why they call it photogrammetry. Whether it's the actual photos themselves or even video, it still needs to be good quality video. Mr. Squarepeg says $300 USD. Well, there you go. I think that's really cheap. $299 USD if you want to be exact. Yeah, which works out to $445 Australian if you're an Australian viewer watching me, which is still cheap for a 3D printer. Sniper Girl says, yeah, you guys use Monopoly money, right? Mr. Squarepeg says they rehired the director after they fired him. Oh, I thought it was something like that because the fans wanted him back. Well, I mean, I can't fault him for the first 2 movies because I thought they were great. I enjoyed both Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. So I could see why the fans would want him back. I wonder why they fired him to begin with, though. Smurfberry says, this one is maybe my favourite. It's in a tutorial there, guys. Note that you can substitute free software for the tools he's using. Dark Table instead of Lightroom, Mesh Room instead of Reality Capture if you have an NVIDIA GPU. Well, there you go, because Mesh Room is free and Smurf has been using Mesh Room. You can see the results of what Smurfberry's accomplished with Mesh Room if you jump on the Discord server, because he's posted images there. Mr. Squarepeg says the bed on that printer is level out of the box, so no warped bed. Cool. That helps. Sniper Girl says, yes, they're still making Guardians of the Galaxy 3. James Gunn, the original director, was fired for some crap he said on social media ages ago. Was rehired by Disney, but yes, it's still on. Good. I'm glad it's still on because I want to watch that. I want Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because I love 1 and 2. I want to go and see the new Terminator movie that's coming out. It's released in cinemas in this country at the end of this month. So any day now. Actually, it might even be today that it releases. So I want to see that too because I love the Terminator movies. Mr. Squarepeg says what Snappy Girl said. Snappy Girl says to Mr. Squarepeg, I don't remember, to be honest, what's some joke that was made. You can look it up. Mr. Squarepeg says Snappy, it was a joke that involved racism. Oh, don't look that up. If it's a racist joke, we don't want to know. Yeah, we don't want to know about racist things. You treat everybody with respect and equally, regardless of what race, sex, gender, sexual orientation, or anything. Everybody should be treated with respect and properly in this world. Smurfberry says, oh man, you should all see the bricks I'm doing. Put good images in, get good model out. Well, that helps. Mr. Squarepeg says, a bunch of alt-writers made a big deal out of it and got him fired. But he made the joke to make a point, I think. Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to be talking about racist stuff or racist people. Mr. Squarepeg says, so are we starting to 3D print houses now? Edo says, I identify as the divine ruler. Getting back to what Smurfberry was saying though regarding the brickwork on the building he's doing, he was saying that to get really crisp results, he wanted to model the brick individually. And he was talking about using a plane for the mortar between the bricks. And that's actually a good way to do it, Smurfberry, if you did want to do it that way. I've done a couple of models that way as well. And I don't think from a distance you're really going to notice the fact that you've used a plane and you don't have that curve to your mortar between your bricks. People are not going to pick that up. Not unless, if you're making a model where you're getting right up in your face to do the render, well then I would just do a separate section of brickwork that was for that specific close-up shot. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do the entire building. Sniper Girl says, wow, see the comments and wow, not racist jokes comments. We'll send you a PM. Yes, no, we don't want racist stuff on my channel. You guys are nice. You wouldn't do that anyway. Anyone that does do it would be banned from my channel. Okay, what are we doing? We are going to be working on the toilet today, so you guys can finally stop holding it in and use the bathroom properly. I've given you a bath. We did the bath yesterday. We textured it up. Today we're going to be working on the toilet. Hallelujah, the toilet finally. The golden toilet. Well, I thought I would actually meet you guys halfway. I'm not going to make it a completely golden toilet, but I am going to make part of it gold. So I'm going to make the lid and the toilet seat completely gold. The rest of it will be porcelain and a little bit of wood and just some decorative tiling. I think that's the best way to go. So I'll meet you guys halfway, not a completely gold toilet, but a partly gold toilet. A golden throne, that's right, Mr. Squarepeg. So the toilet itself is this thing here. It's nothing extravagant. I'm not using decorative wood grain or velvet curtains or silk curtains like we did for the bathtub. It's just going to be a toilet. But we'll try and make it as pretty as we can. Sniper Girl says, don't need to hold it in. We already went in the bathtub. Might want to get somebody to clean it. Oh man. You dirty, dirty people. At least turn the taps on and flush it away. Haven't you ever heard of a bidet? It's the same thing, really. Sort of. Ridgear, it's good to see you, Ridgear. How are you? Snuffy Girl says, hi. Smokeberry says, okay, but I want to see what a good material on the entire thing for 30 seconds before porcelain. I can put a gold material on everything to show you guys what it would look like, but we're not going to make it all gold. But I will I'll make the seat, the lid and the toilet seat. I'll make those gold. Ridgear says, are we turning into 12-year-olds today with all the poopy jokes? I know. They've been waiting so long for me to put a toilet in the game that they're all excited. Ridgear. Ridgear says, good, thanks, Sniper Girl. How are you? Mr. Squarepeg says, may I post a video of the 3D printed homes? Yes, you may. You might want... I'm not sure how long that permission for links works. Smurf, could you make sure he's permitted again? Oh, it looks like he is. That's good. Thank you, Smurfberry. Android Lust says, you're going to make the toilet pretty by adding a bunch of dirt and rust. That's right. We will make the toilet a little dirty, but it'll be like the bathtub yesterday. It won't be completely filthy and rusty. But we don't want it to be clean either. We want it to be a little dirty. When I actually take it into the 3D engine, I'm not sure what I'll do with the water in the toilet. I might make that even filthy. Actually I was going to say I might put blood in there, but I think that might be a bit in bad taste. But yeah, it won't be nice blue water anyway, put it that way, when it goes into the game. Ridgear, Sniper Girl's talking to Ridgear about her interview on Friday, which we are all crossing our fingers for. Mercury says, Mr. Squarepeg, okay, I'll check out that link in 2 seconds, Mr. Squarepeg. Mercury says, I saw that, I hope it produces a good house and that this takes off and is affordable. Yeah, let me have a look at this link. Just quickly before we jump into doing some texturing in Substance Painter. Just going to make sure that the audio is muted on this as well. Oh, this is actual homes. Yeah, actually I heard about this. This does sound really interesting. 3D printed homes. I don't know about you guys in the US or in Europe, but housing in this country is incredibly expensive. It's just gotten worse and worse over the years. Like to buy a home or an apartment, it just costs a fortune in this country. And this is an opportunity, I think, for housing to become a little bit cheaper, which is always good. And also for countries where perhaps it's not as easy to build a home. So yeah, I think it's a really, really cool idea. Look, constructed for under $4,000, that's amazing. You guys check that link out though. I don't want to play too much of their video. I don't want to infringe their copyright or anything like that, even though it probably would be cool. I'm just going to be careful with that sort of stuff. But you check out the link that's been posted by Mr. Squarepeg if you want to look at the whole video. Mr. Squarepeg says the same. It costs under $4,000, which is amazing. Fast and affordable is something we need. Yes, it is. To make the home. Sniper Girl says yes, 3D printed homes, they are nice. Sniper Girl says yeah, housing here is expensive as hell too, all for 3D printed homes. Me too. All those little houses, you know those little houses? I don't know if I could actually live in one, but they're called little houses and they're like miniature homes that you can move around. I mean, they look really cute, but I think I might get claustrophobic living in one. But well, hey, that's another option, I guess. They're much cheaper than a big home. Alrighty, pardon me. So we are going to, actually I'm just going to assign a checker texture to this because I have already UV mapped it. I will save you guys watching me UV map it in Rhizome. It is UV mapped. Oops, wrong button. So we just need to send it over to Substance Painter now. But before I do that, I need to create Vertex colors so that Substance knows how we want to texture every piece up. Nightbot spamming my links as usual. Sniper Girl says, I don't know if you're restricted to tiny homes. I could see them setting up multiple units to print different rooms of a house for less than traditional homes. That's a really good idea too, Sniper Girl. I hadn't thought of that. That is another cool idea. Okay, so let us start assigning Vertex colors to this. I'm just going to collapse my stack. Actually, some of this UV mapping I actually did in Max's. That's why the unwrap was on there. I didn't use Ryzen. Ryzen wasn't giving me the results I wanted, so I actually did it by hand in Max. Oh. See, I wasn't being lazy, Sniper Girl. I did some of the stuff by hand to straighten out some of the edges. I thought you'd appreciate that. Let's go into sub-object mode and let's select the toilet seat and the toilet cover. They're actually going to be gold, so I'm going to make those a yellow. And just for you, Smokeberry, I will make the entire toilet gold when we take it into Substance Painter, at least so you guys can see it before I start changing it around. But these toilet seat covers will be gold, and they'll stay gold. I want to make the latches. Oh. I think I'll make these a brass. I also want this to be a brass. I'll probably make the handle wood. I'm going to make the top of it wood, I think. But these bits I want to be brass. I can always hit the Windows key and I mean to hit the Alt key. Okay, I don't think there's anything else I need to be brass. I think that's all. So I might just make this bit brass as well. Oops, I almost forgot these bits. And these bits. Okay, is that everything? I think that's everything. Let's make those an orangey color to remind me that I want it to be a brass. Okay, now these little pieces here, which are just the standoffs for the lid, I'm going to make wood, and I'm going to make the actual toilet lid itself wood as well. Just for something different. Generally to be porcelain. But it's my model and I want to make it wood. So I'm going to make it a blue. We'll make it like a chocolate wood, I think. And this actually needs to be wood as well, so I just want to redo that. Back to the blue. So that'll be wood. Now I also have banding going around this, so the actual cistern itself will be white porcelain, but the I want to place a pattern, a tiled pattern on the back border there on that section, so we'll make that a separate texture and we'll make that like a light blue aqua color. Actually, this one as well. I'm also going to place a pattern around the outside edge here, so both of those will have the same pattern. Okay, the rest of it I think will just be all porcelain. So that, not that, that, and the piping. Actually, I might make the piping something different, I think. So just the toilet part itself. Oh, it looks like I forgot the standoffs under the toilet seat. Just have to redo that in a minute. I think that's all the porcelain we need though. We'll just make that an off grey colour to remind me I want it to be a porcelain colour. I don't know if you can hear that beeping, that's my dryer going off. I was doing some washing before I started the stream. So again, I just need to reselect these wood bits because I forgot the ones underneath of the toilet seat. I mean, this detail I've got going on here under the toilet seat's probably not necessary. It's probably never going to be seen. It doesn't use a huge amount of polys though, so I'm going to leave them there. But I could remove them. You're never going to get down to see under the toilet seat like that in the game. But why not? We'll leave them there. So again, this needs to be a blue, a dark blue. Okay. Sniper Girl says, I don't know if you're restricted. Oh, hang on. Sniper Girl says, I do. It's about time you did that. Not sure what you mean. Let's make sure we've got everything by turning on Vertex colors. Oh, I forgot the pipes at the back here, so... Oh, and it looks like I might have forgotten that little bit on the end there as well. I might just... No, we better fix it. It's got to turn Vertex colors off so I can see what I'm doing. I always forget something. Sniper Girl says that was in relationship to having the UV islands. Oh, okay. Listen, you don't always need to straighten them out, seriously. The only time you need to straighten them out really is if you need to do hand painting on them, or if it's a pattern like a brick pattern or something, or that requires a straight line. Because a lot of the modeling that we're doing, the texturing we're doing is wood. Wood is one of those special cases, or if it's metal, where you don't need to have a straight UV island. You can have a curved one. Now, like a straight one is better for UV mapping, is better for UV space in your UV map. Like you'll get the best bang for buck using straight UV islands as opposed to curved ones, for sure. But you don't always need to, particularly, like I said, for wood or for metal, because you're not going to know. And actually, in actual fact, wood actually can sometimes look nicer on a curve. It makes the wood look as if it's been carved out of a piece of wood, as opposed to like having what do they call it? A wooden board that's been bent. It looks like it's actually been carved out of a large wooden block. It can look really nice. Sniper Girl says, I straighten them out always. It's always better for UVs due to it allows you to pack. Yeah, but that's what I meant. But yeah, it does allow for better packing, so better UV space, usage of your UV space for sure. But you can pack stuff within a curve as well. Not as well as you can with a straight piece, but you can. So don't think you can't. You can. But you're right. A straight island will always pack better. Sniper Girl, so I can get away with a lower. Well, that's true. That is true, and it will, like I said, you will get better packing with straight islands as opposed to curved ones. Anyway, let me redo these pieces. So I need to redo the brass sections. Yeah. Oh, either that or I could make that bit wood, but because we made that bit brass, this bit really should be brass as well, so we'll do it the right way and we'll make it brass. Is there anything I'm forgetting now before I assign the brass texture? Got the handle. Got all of that. No, I think that's all the brass. So back to that orangey colour. And we need to assign a texture to the piping, so we'll assign a colour, I mean, to the piping so we can assign a texture to the piping. And let's make it a green, why not? It's not going to be green, of course, but just for our ID maps. Alright, let's see if we've got them all now. Okay, Okay. Pipes are green. The orange is the brass, the blue is the wood, the yellow is the gold, the light aqua colour is the decorative tile, and the grey is the porcelain, so I think we might be good. Cool. Alrighty, let's export this model. We're going to go to the toilet. And we're going to call it toilet. We'll do the toilet roll separately. We'll concentrate on the toilet first and then we'll come back and do the toilet roll. Sniper Girl says, and also without baking, tend to get a better quality bake if it's... Actually, I've not found that. Even with curved pieces, when I do a bake out, at least in Substance Painter, it handles it perfectly fine. You may be talking about a different program or trying to bake out your normals, perhaps. But Substance Painter, it bakes out stuff with curves without a problem. But yeah, and I'm not saying straight islands are not good. They are good. I'm just saying that they're not always necessary. Max's tools to straighten are really bad as well. I don't know what it's like in Maya, which I believe Sniper Girl uses. But the straighten tools in Max, they're really fiddly and they don't work really well. And yeah, so it's a pain in Max. Rid Girl says, is the character in this game like a king or something? No, the character, actually, well, the character in the game, and I'm going to break and show you the website for the game. Because why not? Here we go. If I click on my link here, it'll take us to the website. No, the actual game is based on a character called Francis Barrett, who's this gentleman here. And he lived in like the 1900s sort of thing. Between the 1900s, 1920s, around that period. So yeah, no, he was an occultist, and the game is basically you finding his manor house and escaping the hollow, because once you actually enter the manor house, once you actually enter the grounds of the manor house, you can't go back, you can't escape, you're sort of trapped in the hollow. So the game revolves around you exploring his manor house, finding clues and objects. It's all based around the occult and pentagrams and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, he was an occultist, so you know, maybe he was an alchemist as well and turned lead into gold or something, you know, who knows. Actually, the story is not completely fleshed out yet, we're still working on that. But that's the website for the game, thehouseonthehollow.com, if you guys want to check it out. The game will be for sale on Steam. Our Steam store page is ready to go. Not actually to buy the game, but just to say it's coming soon, but it's not live yet. We haven't actually sent it live yet, so that will be happening soonish. So it's not on. It's coming to Steam. It's not on Steam yet, but the Steam store page is ready to go. We just haven't set it live, but it won't be available for sale until Halloween next year, so October next year. We've got a year left to do development on it. But we're about halfway through the development of the game. You can see the breakdown here of where we're up to with the game itself. So I guess you could call him a king. He's used his occult magic to amass a huge fortune. Let's say that. Edo says, "When is my song going to play?" What song, Edo? What song are you talking about? What you talking about, Edo? Rid Gear says, I vote for hearts on the roll, on the toilet roll. I don't know if that's really going to suit the game, to be honest, putting hearts on the toilet roll. Let's bring the toilet in. We're going to make it to K, and we're going to turn on compute tangent space because it's going into a game. You want to make sure you turn that on. Here we have our lovely toilet. Let's bake out our maps. Actually, before I do that, let me rename this to toilet. Now let's bake out our maps at 2K. using the low poly mesh as the high poly because I'm not using a high poly mesh, so it's going to use the low poly one here. Android Lust says a dead king at Ridgeur. Android Lust says, don't believe me, it's not true. Don't believe anything Android Lust says. No, that's not true. Don't believe anything Sniper Girl says. Smurf says, Maya's straightened tools. Yeah, I know Maya's tools are good. Max's tools are horrible. Horrible. I was using them the other day. Generally, I don't do UV mapping in Max as much as I do in Rhizome UV. But just for Sniper Girl, I was doing the straightening in Max's tools, and they're terrible. It was crashing the program. It was that bad. I mean, yeah, some of the tools kept crashing Max. That's how bad they are. I don't know what Autodesk are doing with Max's straighten tools, but man, they're bad. Smurfberry says, grab UVs, push straighten button. Yeah, I wish Max was like that. It's supposed to be. There is a button in Max to do that, but when you hit it, Max crashes. Android Lost says, oh, I didn't know the website is up for the game. Yes, the website is up for the game. Thehouseinahollow.com. Thehouseinahollow.com is the website for the game. So if you guys want to check the website out, you can. And the Steam store page will be going up at some stage soon-ish, but it won't be for buying the game. It will just be a coming soon Steam store page, so you can wishlist it, that sort of stuff. I'll let you guys know when that happens, though, for sure. I'll be talking about it on stream. Sniper Girl says, Alchemist, just say he made the Philosopher's Stone and made gold using it. Well, that as well. You used to find a lot of occultists were also into alchemy. They sort of both went together. So when they were interested in the occult, and they were also interested in doing it in alchemy. Sniper Girl says, I vote for President Trump's picture on the toilet. No, I won't be doing that. I don't want to get sued. Smurfberry says, writing prompt a Philosopher's Stone, but it makes tacos instead of gold. Edo says, Scott Milker and Paper Water. Know that? Know that I love you. That song. Oh. I don't know. Are you talking about the one you were talking about yesterday, Edo? Because I don't think I'm playing that. Normally when each week I swap to a different playlist. So I think I swapped this morning. I don't think I'm playing that playlist. I'm afraid. I don't think you're going to hear that song because I've moved on to a new playlist for today. Sorry. Oh wow. All right, let's turn the toilet gold. Sorry, Edo. I know. I mean, do you want me to play it? Do you really want me to play it? I can change the playlist. Show of hands who wants me to change the playlist back to tomorrow, to what I was using yesterday, so that Edo can hear his song. Whatever the consensus, the overall consensus is, then I'll do it. So Android Lost wants to hear the song from yesterday. It's one vote. What about you guys? Smurf, Sniper, Ridgegear, what do you guys think? Do you want to hear yesterday's playlist? Everyone give me my energy. So if you guys want me to put the playlist from yesterday on, I will do that. You must tell me in chat though. Android Lost has got to vote for Edo. If there's another couple of votes, then I will. Unless they vote no. But in the meantime, let's make this toilet gold. Smurfberry says, I wasn't here, so I vote Switzerland. Okay. What about you, Sniper Girl? You let me know. Look, well, Smurfberry is going to sit on the fence. Rid Girl says yes. Okay, look, we've had enough. I'll put yesterday's playlist on. Hang on. What was the song called again? It was called I Know That I Love You. Okay, here we go. Just for you, Edo. And I'll shut up while it plays in the background. There is your gold toilet, guys. Pretty. Cold to sit on. Pretty but cold to sit on. Yes, you have conquered Edo. And I'll try not to talk too much over the song. Sniper Girl says it's a horrible looking gold material. Do you want a better one? I always want better ones. I always want more materials. Come on, Sniper Girl. Do you have to ask? That's the shiny gold. This is the more matte gold. And this is the clean gold. Gold is gold. I mean, come on, Sniper Girl. What do you mean? A horrible gold material. Anyway, I'm supposed to be shutting up. You know how hard it is for me to do. To keep my mouth quiet. This is actually a nicer gold than the first one. That's the first one there. It's a bit too reflective. Android Smurf says it's beautiful. Cool. Thanks, Sniper Girl. No, I'm always up for more materials though, so if you've got some materials you want to shoot my way, by all means, please do. I'm just going to remove the bottom gold because it's too reflective. I want to do a mix between these golds as well. Wow, 400 materials. Man, that's a lot, Sniper Girl. That's a lot of materials, wow. I'm doing this on the whole model, then I'm going to actually restrict it just to the toilet seat and the cover here, but for the moment we'll do it on the entire model. It'll give us a better idea of what the smart masks are doing. Okay, I'm going to duplicate the underlying layer. I'm trying to be quiet while the song is playing. And we're going to change the color of this gold to make it just a little bit darker. Just going to turn these off so I can see what I'm doing. No, you can never have too many materials, Sniper Girl. Ido says the song is too powerful. What do you mean? And Brendo, thank you for the follow, Brendo. I do appreciate it. So thank you for following my Twitch channel, Brendo, and welcome to Phil Does 3D as well. I don't know what you mean by being too powerful there, Ido. You wanted to hear it, now you're bitching about it. Can't please some people, I tell you. Or maybe he means the song is too powerful or something. Anyway, the song is over so I can start talking again. Because you know how hard it is for me not to talk. I can't stop myself. Okay, so I've just made the underlying colour of this gold a little bit darker. So we have the original gold here, which is a lighter, and we have the darker version. I might even actually make it just a touch darker again. Oh, powerful, meaning it should always be played. I understand, Edo. Cannot be contained. Okay. Sniper Girl says, you go without talking? No, you know how hard it is. I can't stop talking. I told you guys I'm a motor mouth. I never shut up. That's probably why I'm perfect for Twitch streaming, because, you know, even at the best of times, I don't ever want to shut up. And it's really hard for me not to talk. Okay, so I'm going to throw another smart mask on this two-tone gold color we've got here. Which one do I want? Let's go with this one. It can't be a clean gold because it's a toilet. I mean, toilets are never pristinely clean. At least mine's not. I've said too much. Rid Gear says, I added the song to my playlist yesterday. Cool. So be quiet. Wow. Are you talking about the song that's playing now, Rid Gear, or the one that Edo was talking about? Smurfery says, I have 300 points on Substance Source, and there isn't anything interesting, any entry materials that I want to spend them on. Going to take 6 minutes, Sniper Girl. Thanks for that. I'm always interested in good materials for Substance. You just let me know and I'll download them when you're ready. This one. Okay, Rid Girl wants me to shut my mouth so he can hear this song, so I'm going to be quiet or try. I can't talk, Legmog. Rid Girl wants me to shut up so I can hear the song in the background. But hello to you. Once the song is over, I'll talk again. Just for you, Rig You Up, for no one else. Trapped in shackles, yet we're free. I tried to limit my restrictions. You always fight to feel complete. I never found out what was needed. Life is always bittersweet. I've traveled through this world a million times before. And I can talk again because Rid Your song is finished. Okay. It's good to see you, Legmog. I hope you're well. Glad that you survived the 7-year-old. That's good to hear. We looked at your animation yesterday at the end of the stream. I played it. It looks really cool. I love the keyframing you did on the couch. It looks awesome. Looks really good. Legmog says, on the final stages of my animation, blasted out 7 shots of attaching the characters to actual roads. Cool. But yeah, we did check it out at the end of the stream yesterday. It does look very cool, Legmog. Legmog says, I think I'll be absolutely 100% done with the animation this week. And that is great to hear, as Sniper Girl says. Yep, I understand the song is over a year. I can see my OBS playing over there. Sniper Girl says, do you still have all your arms, legs, fingers and such? And Legmog says, no, I'm just a brain in a jar now. We're talking about him babysitting a 7-year-old yesterday. and just how demanding little kids can be. Sniper Girl, it says to Legmog that should make animating easier then. Oh man, she's so rude. I'm just seeing if there's anything else I can add to this before I start restricting it, because we're not going to have a completely gold toilet. As much as you guys might love that, I'm going to compromise, like I said, and just make the seat and the lid gold. But if you had a gold toilet seat, could you imagine how cold that bloody thing is going to be to sit on, particularly in the middle of winter? You freeze your arsehole. I mean, a gold toilet seat is just a very bad idea, all round. But just for you guys, I will do it. Just wondering what this is. Okay. Small Booty Pirate says, do me a favor and throw UE in there. You want me to throw Unreal? What do you mean UE? The Unreal Engine? Small Booty Pirate? What do you mean? To do you a favor and throw UE in there. Are you talking about the Unreal Engine? Or are you talking about something else? Unreal Engine, of course, yes. Well, I generally what I was planning on doing was texturing up all of the assets for the bathroom, for the game, which we are making in Unreal Engine, and then jumping into Unreal once I got all the assets textured up. So I don't know if I'm going to open up Unreal today, but I will be opening up Unreal, and we're going to be setting up the bathroom that we're doing the assets for at the moment in Unreal, because I'm making a game with other guys at a game studio, which is in Unreal. Mr. Squarepeg says, for more than 100 centuries the Empress has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods and the master of a million worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. Oh, Mr. Squarepeg. Legmog says, you've stolen that from my autobiography. Legmog says, I like to speak of myself in the third person. You've got an election coming up, haven't you, Legmog? Because Legmog is living in the UK. He's a UK person, a British person. And I see that they've just voted in your parliament to hold an election on December 12, right before Christmas. What a time to have an election. I feel for you, Legmog, having to go and vote in the middle of Christmas, or leading up to Christmas. And that's also, I think, in the middle of your winter too, isn't it? So. Legmog says, damn, Games Workshop stole my life story. I'm a lawyer. I have to lawyer up. Sniper Girl says, I think Small Booty Pirate was saying throwing the golden toilet into UE. The Small Booty Pirate says, nope, the other way around. Sniper Girl says, throw Substance Painter into UE. Small Booty Pirate says, Peppy Hands, throw Unreal Engine into the toilet. Oh, you so I like the Unreal Engine. Are you having a go at Unreal Engine? I think it's a great engine. I love it. Love that engine. Sniper Legmog says, well, you're more up on the UK news than I am. Yeah, go look it up. You're waiting on December 12, Legmog. Android Lust says, I thought it's always winter and soggy in the UK. Legmog says, too busy babysitting 7-year-olds and attaching animated characters to Rouse to watch the news. Well, so long as you've got a good excuse, that's okay. Legmog says, Mr. Squarepeg says, I felt that bit of 4K lore would be appropriate due to the fact that talk about the Golden Throne a lot. And thank you, Sniper Girl, for that link. Just let me copy the link here so I can, because as soon as I close my chat down, the link will go away. So I just want to copy it and have it open ready in my browser here, so after the stream I can download it. That's super cool. Actually, I might download it now. I've got enough bandwidth. It shouldn't interfere with me streaming, I don't think. Yeah. How big is it, Sniper Girl? Smokeberry says, boo soggy weather, cloud cover without participation, 101 meg. I just don't want to download it and risk my stream getting upset, but it should probably be okay. My bandwidth should be able to handle it, I think. We'll give it a go. I don't think it'll be a problem. No. There we go. It's done. Thank you for that, Sniper Girl. I do appreciate it. Awesome. I'll check them out. I'll actually install them after the stream. So thank you, Sniper Girl. Sniper Girl sent you a PM on Twitch for the download address for the gold smart mats. Thanks, Sniper Girl, for that as well. I don't have my Twitch stream open while I stream, but I will check. I've downloaded them, so thanks. I'll install them after the stream into my Substance Painter. Sniper Girl says, use the modded version of one of the gold materials on the dragon. They look good. I can't wait. I want to look at them now. Legmog says, oh my lord, I had a panic attack earlier. I opened up one of my shots and the hands were ruined. They were stretched in some absolutely bizarre, nonsensical way on the main character in every shot. The main character is being referenced into the scene. I went from chill to Holy Mother of God in 2 seconds. Sniper Girl says to Android Dust, if I get the job, I'll have better net. I actually want to check these out. I'm just going to save this project. We don't, not a bathtub, it's a toilet. I'm just going to close Substance down. Actually, will Substance pick the substances up automatically with it open? Let's see. I'm curious. I'm just going to do this over here. Excuse me for being rude and working off screen. What was it called? I can't remember what it was called. I'm trying to find the file in my folder here and I've got so much stuff everywhere. In fact, just let me close these down so I can see my chat in the background. Sniper Girl says, can directly drag and drop them into Substance Painter itself. Oh, okay, and import them. Yeah, I didn't know that. I will try that. Legmog says, thankfully nothing was wrong with the whole primary reference file, but for a moment I was thinking, oh god, every shot is screwed. Oh man, that would, yeah, I can understand the panic attack, Legmog. I'm just trying to remember what it was called, what the file was actually called, so I can find it. Yeah. Hang on. Oh, Sniper Girl says it's called Gold Rare. Okay, cool. I'll look for that. Hang on. And that's just a reminder from Twitch to tell me Brendo was following. Thank you again, Brendo. Let me just find this file. Oh, there we are. Okay. Just going to extract it to my desktop. Cool. There's quite a few of them here. Good evening, Sniper Echo. It's good to see you, buddy. How are you? Sorry, I'm just looking at some gold substances that Sniper Girl uploaded for me. Legmog says referencing other files in Cinema 4D can be quite sketchy. Do you know if anyone else has had troubles with file referencing in other 3D apps? No, Max has generally handled referencing not without a problem. For me, I don't think I've run into any issues, Legmog, with referencing other files. It's good to see you, Sniper Echo. I saw you popped into chat after I'd finished my stream. You guys had probably logged off already, but Sniper Echo popped into the chat, and I still had the end screen on. I was still streaming after I'd finished my stream, so I saw him. I spoke to him briefly yesterday. But it's good to see you, buddy. Yes, and Sniper Girl, let her tell you about her job interview. Check out the Discord server. She posted the email she received from the studio. It's very cool. Mercury says, the last time I referenced something in Maya was like 11 years ago, and it happened by accident and was a complete and utter mess. Android Lost says, pretty good to Sniper Echo. Legmog says, good to Sniper Echo. And Sniper Echo says, yeah, sorry for all the daylight savings. Got me. Remember too, next week, I'm not streaming on the Monday because I'm being forced to go to the Melbourne Cup again. So there will be no stream on Monday, but I will be streaming on Tuesday, probably hungover like I did last year and the year before. So yes, and daylight savings, I think it ends in the United States, which means if you're not a US viewer, my start time might change for you. It's always the same for you US guys. It's always 5 p.m. Pacific time. But if you're not in the US, then that time might change for you, so double check. But it's always 5 p.m. Pacific, which basically, to give you an example, at the moment I'm starting my stream at 11 a.m. Australian time. Next week, I'll be starting my stream at 12 p.m. Australian time because the United States finishes daylight saving. So I alter my schedule based on US time. So just letting you guys know. And there won't be a stream on Monday because I'm being forced to go to the Melbourne Cup again, but I will be streaming on the Tuesday. Hangover stream Tuesday, Sniper. That's exactly right. You know what it's like. You see me do it last year. Because they pour alcohol down my throat. You know I don't drink normally. Which is true. I don't normally drink. But I will drink at the Melbourne Cup because they make me. And I'll drink New Year's Eve. And sometimes over Christmas lunch. But they're really the only 3 times I touch alcohol now. I'm no fun anymore. Not like I used to be in my younger days. Sniper Girl says, thanks, same here, going to arrive the day before on Halloween. They do a big thing, hand out candy to kids, asked to help with that. Cool. I think it would be fun and a good way to meet the devs there a day early. That's a really good idea, Sniper Girl. I think that's cool. It's good that they do that too. Halloween's very big for you guys. It's not as big here in Australia. Getting bigger, but not as big as it is in the US. Forced to go for sure. Android Last says, that's right, they forced me. Sniper Girl says to Android Lust, well, so you know, handcuffed and tied down, forced to go. That's right. Yes, the bouncers were beautiful, as Android Lust is telling Legmog. He did keyframe that by hand, and it does. It looks awesome. Legmog says, yeah, Phil, you're going to be drinking. I heard the Melbourne Cup grounds has these things there called toilets. They're great to relieve yourself. I know you're not familiar with such things, so just thought I'd give you a heads up. What do you call this here? What do you think this is, Legmog? I'm working on the toilet for the building. Finally. So there. Sniper Echo says, first animated scene, that's great. That sounds like a lot of fun. Legmog says, thank you, Android Lost. That truly was one of the most technically challenging shots I ever did. Now, how am I supposed to get these into the program here? You're saying I could just drag and drop them, Sniper Girl. Is that what you're saying? Import your resources to set their usage. Cool. Is it a smart material? I'm not sure. Not letting me import. Legmog says, sorry, Sniper Echo says to Legmog, sorry, I mean first completed animated scene, I can't wait to see it. It's on the Discord server of Sniper, if you want to check out what Legmog posted yesterday. It's under the gallery. I showed it at the end of yesterday's stream. Android Lost says, how'd you do it? I want to assume it's some sort of blend shape. I'm not the best animator. You call that? Oh yeah, well, I made it all gold because the guys wanted a gold toilet, but it's not going to be all gold. A Sniper Girl says, yes, you can drag and drop them in there. Select smart material. Should already be selected. There, I've got to select the shelf. Okay. Why isn't it not letting me import it? Sniper Girl says, drop down menu above the 3 cancel buttons. Oh, duh. Okay. Shelf. There we go. I got there in the end. It's my Phil Noah brain. You know, Sniper Girl. It's an old brain. Okay, let's import these one by one. I know I could probably pull them all in at the same time, but I like to do things the hard way. Cool. Let's have a look at these smart materials. I'm curious. I'm curious where I put them as well. What's the JRO is that? I'm just going to throw these on the toilet so we can have a look at the... Oh, nice. Very nice. Again, they're smart materials, so they're already set up. But I don't think we want our toilet to look quite that old. But that's a nice texture, actually. Yeah, Sniper Girl saying drag and drop the ball. I knew that would probably be the easiest way to go, but like I said, I like to do it the hard way. That's a really nice texture, but I don't think I want my toilet to be quite that dirty. But let's see what the others are like. Again, nice texture, but makes my toilet real dirty. It'd be great if like the house was completely abandoned and old, but I could probably even see what they're using here to see what changes I could make to it. Yeah, let me just see what the other ones are. Interesting. Sniper Girl says Phil Does 3D has everything from newish gold to downright aged. I mean, it's they're nice smart materials. They really are. We could possibly get away with this one. Let me just turn that off but not delete it. Yeah, these ones I'm thinking just make it look a bit too old. Gold edge. Yeah, again, really nice smart materials, but not quite what I'm after for this toilet. The dirty brass. Yeah, I'm going to be using brass here for these hinges. We might use this smart material for the hinges though. Brass light dirty. Yeah, again, very nice, but not for the toilet. But I do quite like this. I'm wondering if I could just make some adjustments here to this one. I'm just looking at how it's been set up here by turning these on and off so I can get a better idea of exactly what the smart material is doing. Android Lost says to I'm about to start getting into animation some more, just got to get base rigging down nicely. Morak, it's good to see you, Morak, says Flush. How are you, Morak? Yeah, and I agree with what you said, your suggestion for Wax Kink with his pumpkin to actually add a bit of SSS. That would make it mega spooky and really help to bring up the candle inside. But it's good to see you, Morak. Leg Mog says, thanks guys, I'm so psyched just to get completely finished with this animation. So yeah, I'm just going through here to see exactly how they've created their smart material. Okay, this is the one that I'm looking for. It's the main color that they're using that I think I might change. So what I've done is I've dragged in my settings into that smart material as a base color. Now I'm just going to make some adjustments to some of the distressing because it's too dirty. I'm going to turn this smart layer off because it's just what makes things way too dirty. Not for my toilet. I don't want my toilet to be that filthy. I might just pull back on this one a little bit. And the same with this one. I think I'll pull back on it a bit as well. It looks like it's doing something with the edging. Morek says, just entered the warm embers of my bed. Oh. So you're watching Twitch in bed. And it's hot here today. I've got my air conditioning on because we're coming into summer again. Sniper Girl says to Legmog, know that feeling. Morex says, also I'm pretty furious that the client hasn't given the green light for me to start working. Well, they're the ones paying. You gotta wait. Don't do any work until you do get the green light. You don't want to be working for someone that, you know, you don't want to do work that they don't want. Put it that way. I might pull back on this as well, I think. Just pull back a little bit. Again, I'm just looking for the right layer here that I want to make an adjustment to this one. What I'm going to do here is I'm also going to pull back here on the mixing a little bit. Hang on, let me get in the right layer. Might pull back a little bit on this one as well, I think. Let's turn triplanar on. Just reduce the grunge a little bit more. We're really only looking, I'm only going to be making the lid and the toilet seat, so that's, even though it's on everything. It's going to be confined to just the toilet lid and just the toilet seat, so they're the most important bits we need to look at. Tap Crush, it's good to see you, Tap Crush. Let me catch up with the rest of chat. Sniper says, Sniper Echo that is, says, will the toilet bathroom be fully functional, Phil? I don't know, I'm still deciding. Maybe. See how we go. Maybe you'll be able to flush the toilet. Maybe turn on the sink. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually going to be really necessary for the gameplay. We'll see how. I don't know. Short answer, I don't know. Maybe. As Sniper says, will that be in the DLC release in year 3? That's right. You've got to keep that as a DLC or a loot box that you can buy. Or, you know, an add-on that you have to pay for if you want to be able to flush the toilet or turn the tap on. Isn't that the way it goes these days? Sniper Girl says to Morik, wow, that sucks. You weren't given the green light yet. Android Lust says to Sniper Echo, Phil plans on having the water spew out blood into the sink and bath. Well, no, I did say I thought I might fill the bathtub with blood so we could hide an object in the bath that the player would have to drain the bath to get. That was an idea I had. I don't know if we'll do that or not. Have to run it by the other guys and see what they think. Because it's not all me, as much as I'd like it to be. No, the other guys, they're good to work with. Android Lost says to Sniper Echo, Legmog says, no, the toilet and kitchen will only be available for customers who pre-order the Super Special Deluxe Elite Golden Edition of the game for $500. That's right. If you want to play the game with a fully gold toilet, that's an added extra. Tap Crush, it's good to see you, Tap Crush. Morak says, it's so absurd though, with my manager and I talking about it for a month now. We are expecting to hear from them for a whole damn month. And hey to you too, Tap Crush, it's good to see you. Are you well? What you been up to? Sniper says, this is starting to sound like Fallout 76, do first fiasco already. Man, they've been copying a lot of crap, Bethesda, with that Fallout, what do they call it? Fallout First or whatever? The online thing that they've just released. where you pay money to have your own servers or something. They've been getting so much shit over that. And rightly so. Come on, Bethesda, you used to be a good company like CD Projekt Red. Ever since ZeniMax took you over, you've turned evil. You're as bad as Google now. But it's good to see us at Tap Crush. Yes, and it is the Golden Throne. Morag says, so how are you guys? Sniper Girl says to Tap Crush, how are you? Tap Crush says, doing great, good to hear. We do have a full house here, Sniper Girl, you're completely right. All you guys are in the chat, which is good. I love it when you guys are chatting to me, because otherwise I get lonely. I need someone to talk to, because if I don't have someone to talk to, well, then I've just got to talk to myself, and then I look nuts. But I will do it anyway because I can't shut up. But it's good to see all you guys as well. Tap Crush, Sniper, everybody in chat. Legmug says, I heard that in the game when you go to the toilet door and click to open it, an internet browser opens up on PayPal and you must pay to get the door open. Well, no, you can get the door open for free, Legmog, but you can't get out of the room. You can't unlock the door unless you pay. So, you can get in without a problem, but if you want to get out, that's when you've got to pay. So if you don't mind spending the entire game locked in the bathroom, then you'll be fine. Sniper Echo says to Android, last thought you were joking about the blood. Who knew? Sniper Girl says, I still think a Golden Throne won't be good. No, we're not going to make a completely golden toilet. That's not... I'm sorry. I'm going to meet you guys halfway and make the lid in the toilet seat gold, but the rest of it's going to be changed. Android Lost says it was a slightly exaggerated truth. Tap Crush says I'm wrapping up my first medical animation. It's been a great break from game art. About a year or more ago, we were talking about medical animation on the stream, and I said to you guys, it's a really lucrative area to get into. You can pick up contract work doing medical animation stuff. You can make a fortune. Yeah, because it's not difficult work, but because it's generally commissioned by people that work in the health industry, they pay big bucks to get it done. So yeah, medical animation work, that's the way to go. Sniper Echo says, I remember when the stream it doesn't have music? It has music? What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about Mish never shutting up so you can't hear the music. Is that what you're talking about? So cheeky. You're going to get a slap. I'm going to give you a full slap. Sniper Girl says, did you hear about the class warfare going on in Fallout 76? People that can't afford don't have the premium membership. I did hear. Are ganging up on those that have it. The premium people are talking about making a base just for them, so they'll be safe. I read an article on Blues News, I think it was, where they were talking about that. I thought it was very funny. I mean, I shouldn't laugh, but I did think it was funny. I'm going to add a color selection here so I can restrict it just to the toilet seat. That's all it's going to be gold. The rest of it we're going to texture up differently. And again, I do like the smart material. Thank you, Sniper Girl. It was very nice. Once we knocked it back a little bit so it wasn't quite so damaged. But that's very funny about people ganging up in the game. Legmug says, why not make a golden toilet? I'm sure Donald Trump has one. Yes, he likes gold. Donald does like gold. Sniper Girl says to Tap Crush, nice, glad the animation is going well. Android Lost says, I'm impressed people still playing Fallout 76 since the dev room exploit. I am too. I don't understand why anyone would play that game, to be honest with you. I mean, it's supposed to be rubbish. Anyway. Oh, Bethesda, how far you've fallen. Tap Crush says, yeah, medical pays well for sure. I've seen Legmog do a few. Yeah, Legmog has done a couple. And they pay really well. I don't generally do them. Not that I probably couldn't, but I'd like to do more because they do pay so well. Morag says, don't forget that you were chased by a monster at that moment, so when you open the browser you end up getting killed. That's what you get for not buying the Super Duper Ultra Deluxe Extreme Edition. That's right. Legmog says, I don't know if it's simple cells and stuff floating around or sperm as I've done before, but a realistic beating heart or other stuff happening to squishy things. That's when you start getting headaches. Red Gear says, is the music? Will does 3D? That's right. You don't need the music. You got me and my mouth talking. That's all the entertainment you need. I'm just going to look at my smart materials here and find the vanity that we created, the chocolate smart material recreated when we textured the vanity unit. That's what I'm trying to say. And I want the chocolate wood one. And I'm going to add a color mask and set it to the top of the toilet. But I must make sure I do that for all of them that use a color selection. There we go. Might just I was going to say I might knock back on the height information, but it might be okay. I might just change the scaling though, I think. Just pull it back a little bit. Let me check, catch up with the chat again, do a bit of work, catch up with the chat, do a bit of work, catch up with the chat. Sniper Girl says, you're welcome to... Android Lust says, the golden seat and cover actually looks kind of nicer. Yeah, I thought just having the seat and the cover will look cool. Like I said though, sitting on that toilet seat would be as cold as anything. If it's gold, you can imagine, it would be like sitting on an ice block. So not very practical, but you guys wanted gold on the toilet, so I do what you guys want. And we'll go into the game like this. Sniper Girl says, yes, Trump does have a golden toilet. I bet he does. There you go. Tab Crush says, good call, Legmog. Yep, this one's actually floaty cells. Legmog. Sniper Girl says, no thanks, too damn cold. Sniper Girl says, wow, the Brits got creative when Trump visited them. Someone made a statue of Trump on the golden toilet and holding money. And actually, did you, when Trump visited the UK, they had this blow-up baby Trump in a nappy? I thought that was very funny. It was like this floating blow-up balloon, huge, of a baby Trump in a nappy, which was very funny. When the protesters, that is, when Trump was visiting the UK. I don't know if Mr. Trump saw it at any stage, but I thought it was very funny. Morag says, well, I'm going to be unconscious for a few hours tonight, guys. You're going to go unconscious. Well, thanks for popping in, Morag. It's good to see you. Again, I won't be streaming on Monday next week, but I'm streaming on Tuesday because I'm going to the Melbourne Cup. Just reminding everyone while on stream today that no stream on Monday, but I'll be back on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. Smurfree says, later, yes, thanks for popping in, Morak. You have a good night's sleep. Android Dust says, mega hat. Sniper Girl says, nice baby Trump. Got to, yeah, do, because it's very funny. It's a really, really funny design. It's really cool. Okay, let's move on to the next smart material we want. We want the porcelain. And again, we want to make sure it's restricted just to the porcelain parts. And we just need to make some changes. I'm going to remove that layer. That was the paint layer, which we don't want. Again, let's make sure it's restricted. And let's make some changes. Oops, I'm in the wrong layer. I'm thinking, what? What's going on here? I might actually turn... I might knock it back. That's what I'll do. Let's go up to this mask here. Just gonna, this is the second color in the porcelain. So we have like a white porcelain, and then there's this yellowy, orangey type porcelain. So just to bring in a bit more interest, I'm just going to pull that back a little bit so it's not quite so strong. And then we have the dirt layer. So let's play with this one. Just making sure I baked out my maps there. Info drive, Artsy raid. Thank you for the raid, Artsy. And welcome to Phil Does 3D. Thank you, Artsy for the raid. Welcome to Phil Does 3D. My name is Phil. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist. Stream on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 PM. So welcome to Info Drive, Hugh, Sarkassus, Mr. Nick, Artsy of course. Thank you guys for the raid. I do appreciate it. Like I said, welcome to Phil Does 3D. We're texturing up a toilet for a game that I'm working on for a studio. And I Can Be Danny, welcome to you as well. The bot's gone rogue. I'm doing really well, Artsy. How are you doing? Did you just finish your stream? And I'm assuming from your username you are a creative streamer as well? Artsy says bots attacking. Yes, welcome Raiders, as Ridgure says. Artsy says that's exactly why I joined. Toilet is per. We're not finished with the toilet yet. We've still got a lot more to do on it. Artsy says we were drawing every Inktober prompt in one day. Ah, cool. Artsy says that was haunting, just a mess. Well, there you go, guys. If you want to watch someone draw, I'm assuming Artsy does other stuff, draws other stuff as well. Make sure you check out their Twitch channel. And I appreciate the raid, Artsy. Thank you. I will check you out too when I get a chance. I'll check out your channel. Hugs, I like that. Hugs says that he just did all the Inktober prompts in one. Wow. Well, there you go, guys. Check out Artsy's channel when he's streaming next. And Hugs, I like the name Hugs. That is hardcore, as Smurfberry says. That is incredibly hardcore. I'm just messing around with my dirt mask here. I'm trying to get something that I like the look of. having a problem. I might just pull back a little bit, I think, on the intensity of that dirt layer, just so there's a hint of dirt here and there, and just a hint of dirt on the. We don't want the middle of the toilet to be clean. We want it to be a bit dirty because, you know, why not? Where's the fun in having a clean toilet when you can have a dirty one? Artsy Fartsy Sister Android Lust says that yes, it was horrible. But well, I'm doing really well, Artsy Fartsy. Thanks for asking. Did you, apart from the horrible stream, I hope you're doing well as well. Smurfer's been reading all day. There is not such a thing as a clean toilet, Artsy Fartsy. There is never such a thing. I was telling the guys up earlier in the stream that if it's anything like my toilet, it's certainly not clean. I mean, it's not disgusting, but you know, it's not clean either. Okay, let's keep going here. I might come back to the porcelain in a bit once we get the rest of this textured up. We are going to go to the brass now, which will be this one. And we're going to assign that to our brass fixtures here. Let me just zoom in so we can get a closer look. Make sure we assign it to the right one on all of our layers. There we go. So we have our brass now. I might just pull the color of that up a little bit. I think I want to make it a little bit more orange if I can. Oh, hang on. Wait. What am I doing? Make sure it's affecting just the one that I want. I'm missing something somewhere. It's still applying it to everything. I only want it to be applied to this, so I've got to try and work out what I'm missing. Why it's doing that. Snappy Girl says thanks. Artsy Fartsy says it was unreal. We're organising a bunch of guests on the show over in November for collaborations with people from Twitch Creates. So I mainly just scheduled with them. A clean toilet is a happy toilet, Android Lust says. Artsy Fartsy says then I drew an abomination. Sniper Girl says sounds like you had fun even though it was probably torture to your hands. Artsy Fartsy says yeah, it's always a good time. Hope to see you all around. Could definitely shut you out. Yes, make sure you check out Artsy Fartsy's Twitch page, guys, that are my followers, and follow his channel as well. Alright, so I'm just trying to work out what is going on here at the moment, because for some reason it's not applying to just where it should be. I don't quite know why, because I am picking the right color. Hang on, this might be the problem here. There we go. I was picking too many colors. With color selection, masked by color selection, you can select multiple material ID colors, and that's what happened. I selected a second one by mistake. So instead of it just being confined to the bracket, it was applying it to the gold as well. Okay, now we fix that, we can change the color of this brass a little bit. I want to make it a little bit darker. Just take it into a bit more of an orangey color, so it's different from the gold of the toilet seat. It stands out a bit more. Artsy Partsy says, "Thank guys, you're all so kind. We appreciate the raid, Artsy Partsy. And I like to support every other streamer on Twitch that I can. I mean, you know, we're all creative streamers. We all support each other. That's the way it goes. That's the way it should be." Okay, let us continue on here so I can try and get this toilet done before the end of the stream, which will be soon. Let's look at these decorative pieces that run around the top and around the bowl. So I'm going to jump back into my materials and I'm going to find just a tile pattern. This might look cool. Let's assign that. Again, we're going to mask by color selection and we're going to select the aqua color. Let's change our scaling. I don't know if I actually like this tile. I might change it to something else. Artsy Partsy says, "I would die for a 3D collaboration. I've been looking for people who hit up Blender and junk, or ZBrush. Quite a few of my viewers use Blender. I use 3D Studio Max personally. But I do know a few of my viewers here, they use Blender. Android Lost says, yes, don't get me started on ZBrush. Oh, don't set Phil off on the ZBrush. Now look, I like the program. I hate the interface. The interface is just terrible. But I do like the program. Just not the interface. I'm just going to look through here to see if there's another tile pattern that might be better for the toilet. I might even make one, actually, which I won't do today, but I might make a specific tile pattern. That's right. Don't want that. Artsy Partsy says, "I'm totally naive to the programs." Android Lost says, "ZBrush is an amazing..." It is. Sniper Girl says, "Well, to be fair, I love ZBrush for hard surface work. Interface isn't the best though." Android Lost says, "But it can't do it all, sadly." That's true. I could imagine how finicky 3D programs would be Oh my god, Nazi Bratzi says. I must choose, I must find something here for this toilet. I don't want church tiles. Dirt and concrete, no, that's not going to work for me. Like I said, if I can't find a tile I like, then I'll make a shader and we'll apply it next week. I did make these, but I actually made these for the floors of the bathroom. I wasn't intending to use them on the toilet. Nothing to say I couldn't. Let's see what they look like. Again, we want to do color by selection. Just going to turn the underlying one off and let's scale it a little bit. Yeah, I really did intend for this to be used for the bathroom walls, not the toilet. So I don't think it's really going to work for what we want, but no, it won't. What else we got? What else we got? We could use this. I've used this in the building, in another part of the building. I actually think I use this for some floors in the building. Let's see what it looks like. Let's do a little bit of scaling. Yeah, we could. Artsy Fartsy says, thanks for the fun toilet time. You all got to run, unfortunately. Thank you for popping in, Artsy Fartsy. Thank you very much for the raid as well. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you guys follow Artsy Fartsy, like I said, if you aren't already. And I will check out your channel as well, Artsy Fartsy. You have a good day, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And thanks for popping in and for the raid, Artsy Fartsy. Yes, we are missing Galen as Android Lust. Nearly everyone was here. Galen is the only one we are missing. I was saying just the other day, I hope Galen's well. I haven't heard from him for a while, but that means nothing. It just means he's got a life and hasn't been watching my stream, which is cool, which I get. Let's have a look at this one. I'm going to make a choice in a minute because I have to make a choice in a minute. Either that or I have to make something unique. Let's just turn the underlying layers off so they're not getting in the way and distracting. I don't know, what do you guys think? This one or this one or this one? Which of these three do you like the best? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Smurfberry says 1 or 2. Artsy Fartsy says 2. Which is this one. Sniper Girl says number 1. Android Lust says number 1. Which is this one. So number 1 or number 2. That's what we're deciding between now. Number 1. Number 2. Legmog says I picked number 2, which is this one. Android Last says 1 looks antique. I agree. Sniper Girl says change my vote to 2, goes better with the gold. Ito says 1. Sniper Girl says, yeah, actually I quite like 1 as well. I have to admit. I think 1 is probably a little bit less in your face than number 2. Number two is a bit more dramatic. I mean, either one go with the gold. Either one will work. The advantage with number two here is just we did use this on some floors inside the building, so it sort of keeps a bit of consistency that way. But number one's a bit more subtle. Number two's a bit more in your face, but still goes. Android Lust says two it is. Sniper Echo says number one or number two. How relevant is that choice? Get your mind out of the gutter, Sniper Echo. But you're very true. Number one or number two. Legmog says, being as this is a toilet, it's only fitting for it to be a number two. I think two is one. Legmog says, now every time I hear Phil say number two, my mind goes to dirty places. We used number two a lot on the floors and buildings. Good Lord. Okay, number two it is. Alrighty. How are we going for time? Oh, it's that time, I think. Let's do a save here of our toilet. Oh, I might just quickly jump down to the porcelain level before I finish the stream. I just want to do a little bit of work here on the porcelain base. No, I don't want to add paint. Legmog says, Edo says number three. Legmog says, so Phil, where else in this house is covered in number two? I want to avoid those places. The whole building is covered in number two. You got the walls, you got the floors, you got the banisters, you've got everything. Android Lust says three sounds like a disaster. Mercury says, if you ask the Mythbusters, it's everywhere. Apparently it is. Don't put your toothbrush anywhere near the toilet, because apparently your toothbrush is covered in number two as well. It just sounds terrible. But anyway. I was going to say I wanted to do something with the porcelain, but it should be okay, I think, actually. I don't think I'll dirty it up anymore. We don't want the toilet to be too disgustingly filthy in here. I could have used some of the particle effects, like we did with the bathtub, but I don't actually think it needs it, to be honest. And there you go, guys. I've given you your gold toilet, partly gold toilet anyway. I normally would not make the seat and the lid gold, but you guys wanted a gold toilet, so you guys got a gold toilet. And it will go into the game this way. Let's do a quick save though. You know it's that time. I think we might leave it there for today, guys and girls. Hang on. I do want to... There we go. I was hitting the wrong button. I won't be streaming on Monday next week, but I will be streaming again on Tuesday. So normally I stream every Monday and Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the US. My schedule never changes unless I'm sent away for work, like the studio sends me to the middle of nowhere like they normally do. But I won't be streaming on Monday because I'm going to the Melbourne Cup. I'll be back on Tuesday next week at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Again, I want to thank you guys and girls though very much for hanging out and for watching. I want to welcome the viewers who moved along with the raid. Thank you guys, Artsy Fartsy for the follow. I Can Be Danny for the follow. Mr. Nick for the follow. Anonymous Turtle for the follow. And Hugs for the follow as well. Thank you guys for following the channel. Again, I'm live every Monday and Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States. Remember, if you're not sure, I always post to my Twitter page at PhilDoes3D when I go live, but my schedule never changes. You look forward to hearing my drunken antics legmog on Tuesday next week after the Melbourne Cup on my hangover. Yeah, well, tune in on Tuesday next week to see a hungover Phil. You guys have a great weekend, a great rest of the week. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you all on Tuesday next week. See you guys.